Hello friends, we all gathered here to study biology of 11th standard. There are 22 chapters we have to study in 11th standard. Out of 22, one is chapter number 5th, that is Morphology of flowering plants. It's a chapter, Morphology of flowering plants. So flowering plants are those plants that provide flower, that bears flower. Morphology stands for those branch of biology that define the external structure of the living organism. There are various branches of biology. As you all know that biology classified into two main groups, botany and zoology. Bio means living and logos stand for study. Hence we can consider the branch of science that consists of or that define living organisms called biology, whereas the branch of biology that define the whole structure, function and whatever related to the plants is referred as botany, and animals called zoology. Beside these two branches, botany and zoology, there are also various branches we have to study. Biology consists of morphology. It is one of the branch that we have to study in 11th. So here I am going to define again morphology, the branch of biology that define the external structure of living organism is termed as morphology, whereas the biology that define the internal structure of living organism called anatomy. Embryology, we define about embryo. Physiology, as you know that it is a branch that define life processes of living organism. There is a taxonomy. Taxonomy is a branch that deals about identification, nomenclature, classification of organism. In this chapter, I am going to define few points. Morphology of flowering plants includes various structure of the plant like root, leaf, stem, flower, fruits, seeds and etc. When we observe a typical plant, then there is a two system, root system and shoot system. Root system are generally underground part, whereas above the ground there is a shoot system. Almost part we can observe in the shoot system like branches, flower, fruits, seeds, nuts, buds, etc. In this chapter, firstly we study about the different structure of the plant, external structure of the plant, and their function and their modification. Firstly, we will study about root. As you all know that when we talk about root, then it is obvious understood that the ground part that absorb water and minerals from the soil and supply it to the various parts of the plants. In case of higher plants, there is a vascular bundle. Vascular bundle, do you know? Complex tissue, or it is also known as conducting tissue. When we talk about root, then there are three types of root present in any plant. Three types of roots. Root are of three types. First one, tap root, then after fibrous root and adventitious root. Tap root have a primary root including secondary and tertiary root. Such type of root is present or located in the dicot plant. Dicot plant, and it arises from radical fibrous root. There is no lateral root like secondary and tertiary root. Found in monocot and arises from the base of shoot. Adventitious root arises from other part except other arises from other part except radical and base of shoot. Adventitious root generally support the plants. As you all know that taproot, fibrous root, it also support the plants. But adventitious root especially stand for support only. Adventitious root are of two types: stilt root, as we can see in the maze. In case of maze, we can see stilt root arises from node. Arises from node. Which root? Stilt root. stilt root in maize. Now prop root is also prop root in banyan tree. Banyan tree. There are several modifications of root for support, respiration, storage of food. So these are the some modification of roots. Now we will study region of roots, different region of roots. When we observe root, then there is a root cap. Root cap protect the tender root from damage during penetration of soil. Now, after that, just before the root cap, there is a region of meristematic activity. There is a cell growth takes place, cell divide, and above the region of meristematic activity, there is a region of elongation. There is cell elongated and promote length of the root. Just above the region of elongation, there is a region of maturation. Region of maturation have number of root hairs that absorb soil and minerals from the soil. Thank you. Have a nice day. We will see it in next class, region of roots. Thank you. Be here, like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.